Hey, so today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about stress, because stress is something that we all have from time to time in our life. We all have challenges, we all have issues, everybody in the world, it doesn't matter whether you're living on the streets of Mumbai or whether you're, CEO of Google. Everybody in their life has challenges and issues and feelings. So we all have, to a certain extent, different things that we're concerned about, different things that we are preoccupied with. And stress manifests itself in our life. And the way that we deal with it is one of three ways. So the first way is by letting those emotions just run through us. And that means that you are a victim of your feelings, and you find yourself in these situations and you are having these bursts of emotion like anger and frustration and impatience and irritability, or even tears and sadness and sometimes even numbness. And those overwhelming emotions happen to us, and you find yourself behaving in a way that you just lose control, and then afterwards you look back and you're just full of regret for whatever it is that you've done or said. And that's one way we deal with stress. The second way that we deal with stress is by distracting ourselves. And this is where it gets a bit confusing, because the third way of dealing with stress, which is the best way of dealing with stress, is by practicing good self-care. But the problem is that self-care is heavily overused as a term, in my opinion. And it's everywhere. It's on Instagram, it's on YouTube, it's in these support groups in Facebook. Everybody's talking about self-care. But hardly anybody actually discusses what self-care really is. Because self-care and distraction very often get mixed up, but they are not the same. They have a different intention behind them, they have a different purpose behind them, and they have a totally different outcome at the end. So distraction is where you are switching life off and giving your mind something else to do. And for that time period while you're distracting yourself, everything feels okay. But the minute you stop, life comes flooding back, that internal dialogue comes flooding back, all of the feelings and challenges and emotions, they all come flooding back in. Self-care, on the other hand, has the opposite effect. Self-care is the art of practicing and doing things that leave you with a positive echo. So when you finish doing them and you stop, however you're feeling is a positive echo of whatever it is you've just done. So that feeling is carried with you through the day. It might just be 10 minutes, it might be an hour, it might be a whole day, it could be a week of feeling good whenever you think about that thing and the memory of doing that thing. And it's like a vibration inside of you that stays with you. And that is what self-care is. And that positive vibration that stays in your body is a shield against the stress and the chemicals of the stress, the cortisol and the adrenaline, and it helps you to stay calm and balanced. And those feel-good chemicals that your body's producing are like a marinade of a positive soup that your body is marinating in. And it's a shield, it's a protection, it's a balancer, and anything that leaves you with that positive echo is self-care. Anything that doesn't is a distraction. So the simple trick when you're feeling stressed is to start to notice how you feel after an activity is finished. Because by doing that, you will begin to learn the difference between what is self-care and what is a distraction. And you can begin to make for yourself a go-to program and a go-to strategy for dealing with stress. So you can have a literal list of things that you do that you know you can look at that are going to recharge that battery and help combat that stress in your life, and to put you back in the driver's seat and to give you that self-control and to push away that overwhelm so that you can handle anything. And self-care typically involves looking after your body, sleep, eating healthily, eating enough, and mindfully eating, and hydrating, and all of these physical things leave you with that positive echo. But it's so much more than that. It's emotional, it can be spiritual, it can be social and about connecting with people, it can be financial, it can be performance related, so it can be about learning. But the trick is always to notice, am I doing this to switch off life, or am I doing this because I'm looking for that positive feeling, not while I'm doing it, but on the other side of this activity? And then when it's over, just notice if that positive echo is there or not.